Trips to the left. 2 receivers right. Motion now. And it's a give to the motion man. It's Barksdale. And he is spinning his way inside the 10 to about the 5 before Dylan Walk brings him down. So methodically moving down the field. Again, good balance of throw and pass. Casey Decker is the man leading the charge here. So last minute substitution. Not sure if it's injury related or what the case may be, but nonetheless, results been the same here. Same look. One man by himself. That's Nasheer Morgan down here on the near side, and they're going to give to Simmons up inside, and he is met there by Dylan Walk, and Walk is joined by Dante Gazzola to stop him short of the goal line. Gets about the 3-yard line, so it's going to be 2nd and goal now from the 2 or 3 yard line, and we'll see what Coach Greco decides to do. Here, he's going to stay with a wide set, it looks like. Again, 1 receiver to the left, 1 back, and it's Simmons. And it's a give to Simmons. He makes a sharp little cut up inside, and it's going to be a Delaware Valley touchdown. So with 9:26 to go in the first quarter, first drive successful for Del Valle. A 3-yard touchdown run by Simmons. Hold everything. Looks like there is a flag on the play. And that will go against Wilkes. Offsides call. That's going to be declined, obviously. And the touchdown will be good for Simmons. So a 2-yard score at 9:26 makes it 6-0 here. As Del Valle sings their kicker Jack Hughes out, sophomore. 21 out of 27 with point after touchdowns this year to try and make it a 7-point lead. Good snap, good hold, kick is up, and it is good.
Hughes with the extra point. 9:26 to go.
And with 9:26 remaining, Wilkes finds itself down 7-0 after that opening drive. Again, as mentioned in the open, Del Valle comes in as the conference leader in the MAC with a 8-0 record, looking to go 9-0 here, and they are also ranked nationally. They are the 10th ranked team in Division III, the latest poll. So Wilkes has its work cut out for it here before they finish up the regular season next week with rival Kings. Del Valle have 1 game remaining in the regular season as well. That's at Widener next week. Right now we got to worry about 4 quarters of football here. So it's teed up by number 37. That's Pat Moran, senior kicker. And back deep are Elijah Jules and Nate Whitaker for the Colonels.
Jules and Whitaker back deep for the Colonels.
Looking to return this kick and get the Wilkes offense out there in good field position. Ran
to 24.
over to Whitaker, who's going to take it about the 15. He bobbles it there, and he's going to cut back across the grain. He's got a little bit of room before he's dragged down at about the 35. And it looks like the ball is on the turf, and there's a scrum at about the 44-yard line as they start to unpile. Tackle is made near the, it looked like Wilkes has recovered, so that's number 37, Vito Pelosi, who's recovered that fumble, and in reality it'll give Wilkes some pretty good field possession to start, as they're going to start at about the 44 it'll be placed. So the first look at the Wilkes offense here, and that is record setter Jose Tabora, senior, from St. Augustine Prep, leading the troops out. And he's going to come out with an empty set here. 4 receivers here to the right. 1 man, that's Nate Whitaker, all by himself to the left. And Tabor's in the shotgun. We'll get you lineups here in a second, as we're about to give Wilkes their first go of it. Good snap by Anderson. Tabora looking. He's going to go up top to Whitaker. A little miscommunication on that one. Whitaker cut off the route. And Tabor is looking for something a little different as he went down the sideline, and that just fell harmlessly incomplete. So it'll bring up a 2nd and 10 now, just to get to the Wilkes offense. We mentioned Tabor at quarterback. Elijah Jules starting at the running back position. Joe Curry's the fullback. You'll see Pelzer, Whitaker as just mentioned, Schweizerhoff, Devin Higgins as the receivers, Jacob Katz as the tight end. Across the front, Brandon Parkin, Mauro Gorino, Billy Anderson, Corey Berrien, and Brendan Boris. 2nd and 10, pistol look here. Curry offset to the right of Tabora. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Tabora is going to roll a little bit. He's under some pressure, and he is going to go down. Delaware Valley defense all over him. That looks like number 7, Anthony Noble, is one of the first men there to meet him, along with big number 96, Sebastian Montlewis, a first-year defensive end. So big loss there, and that's going to bring up a 3rd and 19 almost, as Wilkes is trying to answer that opening score by Del Val. Colonels break the huddle. They're going to have 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right, one of them a wing in tight, 2 wings in tight, and that man is number 89, Jason Dean, who goes in motion, and the give is straight ahead.
Tabora stopped on the play.
Excuse me, the run is straight ahead with Tabora, and not much there as he is brought down for no gain, we'll call it. So it's going to remain 4th and very long here. And Alex Orlando is going to boot this one away, and waiting back for that Orlando kick will be Tamir Barksdale. He has a return touchdown ready this year. A little bit of pressure. Orlando gets it out of there, and he is dropped after he does. No penalty, however, and the ball's going to roll out of bounds and give Delaware Valley some pretty good field position here. Looks like they're going to spot that somewhere around just shy of the 35-yard line. So Del Val will take over for their 2nd possession at the 34. We'll see if they stick with Decker here. He had a good drive on the initial series. And it looks like 14. Decker is the man running out there with the offense right now. New tailback looks like number 29. So a little different personnel. Motion now at Barksdale. Decker's looking down the field. A little bit of pressure. He's going to get outside the pocket and turn it upfield, and he makes a man miss, and he's going to scamper out of bounds in Wilkes territory. So Decker's going to take it down to about the 45-yard line.
First attack on the 45.
And Del Val already threatening once again here on their 2nd drive of the game. Barksdale checks out now. As we see a little bit of a pistol look here with 47 Walt Truxell in the backfield as that lead back. Hand off that Simmons again and bounces out of there somehow, still on his feet, and eventually brought down, but not before he could pick up 6 or 7. That was Steele Hess hanging on for dear life there. First-year player from Whitehall. And it's going to be a 2nd and 7, we'll call it, as we near the 6-minute mark of the first quarter. So 7-0, Del Val on the march again. Similar look as 47 Walt Truxell is at that wing position with 2 receivers to his right. And looks like some confusion, and Del Val is going to use a timeout here. So something Duke Greco, 2003 grad of Delaware Valley, head coach, did not like. Del Val probably the most successful team recently in the MAC. They have 4 NCAA appearances over the last couple of years, and Coach Greco has a 59-11 record. Reached the quarterfinals of the NCAA championships 2 of those years. So really has things rolling down there in Doylestown. And we'll see what he does coming out of this timeout with the 2nd and short. They've showed good balance so far, so really nothing to key on in particular for the Wilkes defense. Just a matter of shedding blocks and making plays right now.
Couple scores for you. FDU leads Alvernia at 21-14. That's at the half. And Stevenson is leading King 7-3. That is also at the half.
Next week's opponent, Kings Monarch, they're down 7-3 to Stevenson, team Wilkes beat earlier this year. As both teams come from the sideline now, Decker will be in the gun. Simmons to his left. 2 receivers this way with Barksdale and Nick Choi. Truxell is mentioned in that wing position. It's Morgan to the far side on the line of scrimmage to the right. Barksdale in motion. Snap, and ball's tipped by Dante Gazzola. Looking for number 84, Morgan, as we mentioned, who had single coverage on the right side, but Dante Gazzola gets his hands on that one, tips it in the air, causes the incompletion. He'll bring up a 3rd down. Big spot here for Wilkes. Want to stay in the game here. Can't allow them to go down and score on their first 2 drives, so we'll see if they decide to bring a little pressure here, change things up at all. Simmons again, the lone back, 3 receivers to the right with Truxell in that wing position. Decker is going to give to Simmons, and it's going to be close.
97-95.
From the spot here, he might be just a little bit shy.
Number 97, Steele Hess.
That's 97, Steele Hess again. And they're going to say he is short. So we'll see what Del Val decides to do. Looks like they're coming in with their short yardage package. A couple of tight ends enter the game. 83, Bryce Dorsey is in there, along with number 88, Zach Harding. And Decker's going to go under center now with Truxell at the fullback and Simmons at the tailback. Motion here. And it's going to be a give to Simmons, and he's going to have the 1st down just powering straight ahead. So they went a little bit of motion. They brought Bryce Dorsey over to that left side and went that way as Truxell led up inside and was able to clear the way so Simmons could convert the 1st down, and that's going to be a 1st and 10 at about the 31-yard line here, as Decker is now going to be joined in the backfield by number 29, Julian White. And you're going to see 2 receivers right, 2 left here to the near side. Decker in the pistol formation, checks the sideline now. They like the look, they're going to stay in it. Snap. Decker looking for the slant across the middle of the field, and it's incomplete. Number 8 had it on his hands. That was Isaiah Calhoun. Eventually,
2nd and 10.
ball lands incomplete. So it's going to be a 2nd and 10 now. 4:38 to go. Steele Hess checks out. Adam Piston rejoins the defense. Trips, empty backfield, trips to the right, 2 to the left. Motion now again with Barksdale. They're going to give to Barksdale on that sweep, and he's going to turn it up inside and get near the 25-yard line. Probably in 4-down territory here, so we'll see what kind of call Coach Greco makes, knowing he has 2 downs to pick up roughly 4 yards.
26.
And the ball is placed at the 26-yard line. Again, where you're looking at 3rd and 4. Again, you're going to see 2 receivers right, 3 to the left. Decker all by himself in the gun. Empty set. Decker changing some things up. There's your snap, and he's going to keep it himself. and he's going to have the first down. He's going to be dragged down from behind, but again, not before he has the first down, and that's Nick Gazzola this time who makes the tackle.
Marshall, it'll be a first down for the Yankees.
So it's another first down, and the ball is placed at the 15-yard line. Nose of the football right on the 15, and Del Val again marching with 3:29 to go in the quarter. Empty look again. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Again, Decker in the gun. Good snap. Stepping up in the pocket, looking. He's got a man wide open in the middle of the field. He's fighting for the end zone, and it will be a touchdown. That's number 88, it looks like. Or 80, excuse me. That's number 80 for Delaware Valley, Ryan Loughlin. There is a flag down. We'll see what we have here before we make it official. So Mr. Kowalczyk referring with his other officials. Extra point team's out there, so I think this is going to be a touchdown that will stand. From Decker to number 80, Ryan Loughlin. Good catch in the middle of the field, and he turned upfield, was able to pick up a few. We'll see what the call is here from the referee, Walter Kowalczyk.
After the score.
Okay, so it's going to be post-possession.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 25, Wilkes.
All right, so that's going to be called on Dylan Walk. His first unsportsmanlike call of the game. A little bit of frustration, I think, is settling in there. And Jack Hughes is in to attempt his second extra point of the game now and try and extend this lead to 14 with 3 minutes and 12 seconds to go in the quarter. A little bit of high snap. Holder gets it down, and the kick is up and through. So with 3:12 to go, Del Val adds to the lead. So 2 drives, 2 touchdowns. Replacement quarterback Casey Deckers looks sharp with that touchdown throw. And Wilkes really needs an answer here from Jose Tabora and their offense to try and stay in this one with the 10th ranked Aggies. First drive, they actually went backwards after a fumble on the kickoff by Nate Whitaker. Actually advanced the ball. But they weren't able to do much with the good field position, and probably not going to have good field position here because Del Val will be kicking from midfield after that unsportsmanlike call. So we'll see what the starting position will look like for Wilkes and see if they can put a drive together for Coach Drock here on Senior Day. Beautiful day, a little crisp. Kickoff time, probably about 51 degrees your temperature. Sun-soaked skies here. It looks like number 37, Pat Moran, ready to put it into the air, and he does. And it's going to go over Nate Whitaker's head and through the back of the end zone. And Wilkes will bring out their offense for the second possession now with 3:12 to go, down 14-0.
Kick goes into the end zone. Turtles will start out at the 25, first and 10.
So ball placed on the 25. See what kind of answer Wilkes can come up with here. As they're going to take the field from the sideline. DeBoer looks like he's going to be joined in the backfield by Elijah Jules here. Joe Curry at the fullback spot. As they are in the pistol formation, Curry to the right of Tabora. Good snap. Quick little out here to Corey Pelzer, and that's going to fall incomplete. Looking for Pelzer. Just fell a little short on that throw, as number 2, Jameer Prevard, was in coverage. Junior from Atlantic City High School. So it's going to be a second down now. Del Val's not the type of team that you want to start falling behind the sticks here. You want to try to get positive plays on first down. Give yourself the best chance you can to sustain drives. Jules now motions out to make it trips here to the right. Del Val showing pressure, and they're going to bring pressure. Little screen to the tight end, Jacob Katz, and he has some room up inside. And he's going to have himself a first down before he is brought down by Dante Mason. But nice little middle screen set up to the tight end. Katz does a good job securing the ball and heading upfield. So a first down, the initial first down of the game for the Colonels. And a little bit of momentum now as they have the ball up to the 37-yard line. 2:40 and rolling. Tabor again in the gun. We have trips here to the right. One receiver left and in motion is that inside man, and there's nowhere for Tabor to go with that one. He is swarmed under by number 50, Yusuf Al-Ladinov, amongst others. There is a flag down, as mentioned. We'll see what we have on the call. Mr. Kowalczyk about to make that known to the audience here.
Personal foul. Hands to the face. Offense. For 53. 15-yard penalty. Remains first down.
So Del Val will take that penalty. Hands to the face call as that rush was coming. Big number 53 slid his hands up inside there, and that's a no-no, and it's going to cost him 15 yards. It's going to remain first down, but the penalty is going to move it back now, make it a first and 25. Oh, there you go. Makes sense. I didn't see a 53 out there for Wilkes, so we'll take that going the other way. So that actually makes more sense. That's Benjamin Camarano who is guilty of the infraction. So now we go 15 yards the other way, and it puts the ball into Delaware Valley territory there at the 48-yard line. Key now is the pressure, however, that Del Val is getting on both of the Wilkes drives. They're in the backfield with their front four. They don't even have to bring any extra defenders, and they're able to get pressure, and that makes it difficult to run an offense that way. Tabor gets the snap, and straight ahead for basically nothing. So Wilkes with attempt to try and run the ball. That time Vito Pelosi. We saw him recover the. I'm sorry, that's Malachi Clore from Wilson Westlawn, and he lost. We'll call it 1, so it's going to be 2nd and 11 there, and he's going to stay in the backfield now with Tabora, junior running back, and we get motion again. Motion into 2 right, 2 left. Tabora looking. He has Whitaker, and Whitaker slips by a tackler before he is brought down by Anthony Tedesco near first down yardage. Probably going to be a little bit shy, maybe a yard shy. We have another flag on the play, so not a clean first quarter by any means.
Personal foul. Defense, number 7.
Another personal foul attempt, and that personal foul will give the automatic first down and move the ball deeper into Delaware Valley territory. So 2 penalties on this drive that have really helped Wilkes. So that's going to take the ball probably somewhere near the 25-yard line when they finally set this down. And it'll be right at the 25, and it's going to be a 1st and 10 there right outside the red zone. So Tabora breaks the huddle with the offense. Jules at the tailback. Tabora in the pistol. Pelzer closest to us, tight end to the right. They're going to give to Jules, and he finds a little bit of a crease, and he's going to get it near the 20-yard line to about the 21, we'll call it. So we'll give him 4 on the carry, and it's going to make it 2nd and 6 now as Curry checks out. Schweizerhoff in for the offense. This could be the final play of the quarter, as we see 3 receivers to the left, Katz and Jules here to the right, and Tabor all by himself in the backfield. Tabor in the gun. Anderson gets it back to him. Looking for Pelzer on the out, and again, unable to connect. So just trying to pick up 2 or 3 there and give a better chance at a third down conversion. And just not able to connect with Pelzer on that one. That looks like Justin Harris, senior corner, was in coverage for Delaware Valley. So big third down right now, about 3rd and 7, 3rd and long 6, short 7 for Wilkes with 14 seconds to go in the quarter. 3 receivers to the right, Katz the tight end in a wing spot, along with Pelzer that side, 2 receivers left. Tabor in the gun. Under a little bit of pressure, he steps up, looks, he makes one man, tries to make a man miss, and he is swallowed up there by Anthony Noble. So that will probably be the quarter. That is the quarter, and it's going to give Coach Strock a chance to decide what he wants to do, as the second quarter will start with the ball roughly at the 25-yard line there. So quarter more or less dominated by Del Val. Wilkes able to move the ball a little on this drive, aided by a few penalties. But they're in a big spot now where it's going to be 4th down from the 25-yard line as we switch ends of the field here. And we'll see what Coach Strock wants to do. Very aggressive Delaware Valley team, offensively showing good balance so far. We saw a touchdown run by Simons with 9:26 to play in this first quarter. And then a 16-yard touchdown pass by emergency starter, it looks like Casey Decker, as he connected with Ryan Laughlin with 3:12 to go in the quarter, and that's where we stand right now, 14-0 Delaware Valley, as Wilkes is faced with a big 4th down play, 4th and 10. And I don't know if they probably are out of field goal range, and it looks like Tabor and the offense are going to trot back onto the field and see if they convert this 4th down. So ball spotted on the 25, 4th and 10. And we're going to see 2 receivers right with the tight end Katz to that side.
I forget where I saw that, but I know I saw on Twitter. It's him.
Now we get 2 receivers to the left. It's like Whitaker and Schweizerhoff to the left. It's Larry Brown to the right, along with Pelzer. Katz again at that tight end spot in a wing. Shotgun snap. Tabor, under a little bit of pressure, steps up, and that's going to be intercepted. And that's in a fumble. I don't know if that's before or after the play.
Fumble possibility.
See where they spot it. Now they're going to say that the runner is down by contact, so not recovered by Wilkes, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. Tabor tried to fit that one in, and with a 4th down, you're taking a chance there either way. So he tried to fit it in and just was unable to do it. Tight coverage there by Delaware Valley. And after the interception, Del Val will take over for their 3rd drive, basically in the same spot. So the ball really hasn't moved. The ball's just going to be on the 25-yard line going the other way now as Decker leads the offense out. So 3 left, 2 right, Decker by himself in the gun. Good snap, Decker looking down the middle of the field. He has a man down here, Barksdale, and Barksdale is bumped a little bit early. Good coverage, not sure the catch was going to be made right there. As number 1, Najir Woods was running stride for stride with Barksdale, but he got there a little bit early and really did not give a chance for the receiver. So it's going to be pass interference, and it's going to move the ball ahead to roughly the 40-yard line here. And Del Val once again is going to be in business. 35-yard line, excuse me. Del Val once again will be in business from the 35. break the huddle. With Truxell again in that bullback position off that left wing with 3 other receivers that way and only 1 back in the backfield along with Decker. Shotgun snap is a good one. They're going to hand it off, and he's going to try and get the corner. Unable to do so, but he's still going to pick up 2 or 3. It looks like Quadier Struthers on the carry, his first carry of the day, and he probably gets about 3 or 4. We got another flag down. That's John Washington who has scored him out of bounds. Hold there as he was trying to get the edge, so that's going to bring that back. That's a spot foul, so it's probably going to be a 1st and 19. Again, just trying to get the edge and probably a little bit of jersey that Dorsey grabbed as the tight end there for Del Val and allowed Struthers to get to the edge. So that negated the run, and it's going to make it a 1st and 19. As we see Simmons back in the backfield now at 3 receivers to the right, 1 in the left, 1 to the left. Again, now that's Simmons who's going to go in motion and make it an empty set. 3 right, 2 left. Decker with the crossing pattern to Barksdale, and he is wrapped up quickly. Good job by Nick Gazol, the first man there, and bounced him backwards. Maybe a yard. We'll actually call it a loss of a yard. So it's going to make a 2nd and long here as personnel changes for Del Val, number 22. That's David Almodovar Cora checks in for Del Val. And he'll be receiver to the right. 2 to the right, 1 to the left, 2 backs, and they're going to give straight ahead. That's Simmons again. He finds a little crease, and now he gets outside of the Colonel's defense, and it is a foot race, and eventually he's caught and shoved out of bounds by number 4, Ayami Adaga. But Simmons able to gallop down that sideline, and he is pushed out somewhere near the 30, so a 1st and long, 2nd and long turns into a 1st down and a big play, and another flag is now thrown. These referees are going to have to ice their arms down when this one's done. So we'll see what this call might be. Probably another unsportsmanlike, if I had to guess. Ball is spotted at the 31 right now, after roughly a 40-yard pickup on that last carry. And we'll see what Walter Kowalczyk has to say about this one.
After the play, dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct, offense, number 24.
Okay, so that's going to go on Simmons, who had the big carry. So that's a post-possession foul once again, so that was after the play. So it's going to move it back 15 yards. That'll be Simmons' first of the game. Again, 2 will equate to a disqualification, so he's got to be careful the rest of the way. And this is going to be marched off, and the ball's going to end up at roughly the 46-yard line of Wilkes. Again, where it'll remain 1st down. They have to rearrange the chains because they're still set up with the original line of scrimmage at the 31. So they move back now. It looks like we have things under wrap. Again, 13:08 to go. Del Val up 14-0. Decker with Troxell in the backfield at that bullback. And we get motion from Barksdale. It's going to be a sweep with Barksdale, and he makes a couple of cuts and a man missed before he is eventually dragged down after a 1st down, but not before. He picks up about 11 or 12 before Leroy Marshall makes the tackle. So Marshall's been active. Dylan Walk's been active with tackles. The problem, they're your safeties. Those aren't the guys you want making all the stops right now. And Del Val with their speed game is causing a little bit of problem for Wilkes. Del Val breaks the huddle. Troxel again with number 5 joining. That's Ralph Highland joining Decker in the backfield as the tailback. Troxel goes in motion. He's now to the right side of the formation. Decker's looking, and he is pressured, and he's being chased. He makes a couple of men miss, and he is not going to quite escape, as that is number 4, Ayami Adaga again on a tackle. So Decker's able to escape the pressure and pick up 1 as Simmons rejoins the Delaware Valley huddle now after sitting for a couple plays after that penalty. And it's going to be a 2nd and 9 with 11:44 and rolling.
2nd and 9.
Three left with the running back. Simon's left. They set up a little screen, and he is met right there in the backfield and hanging on for dear life is big number 33, Cole Jesmer. So Jesmer, first man to the party on that one. Good job reading the screen. Adam Piston is able to clean it up. So Jesmer comes in for that play, makes a nice stop, and it's going to make a 3rd and long here, 3rd and 9. Simmons comes out again, and Decker has Del Val in the huddle. They break the huddle. 3 receivers to the left, and 2 here to the right. Barksdale and Morgan to the near side here. Decker in the gun, looking to the right. He's got a man across the middle. That looks to be number 22. Ball's on the ground, but I think he is down. That looks to be David Almodorva Cora, who makes the catch. Cora's a first-year kid from Hempfield High School, and he's going to be just shy of the first down, it looks like. So it's going to bring up a 4th and inches, and again, Del Val's going to go back to that short yardage look with a couple of tight ends, so probably you're going to see 22 personnel here. Number 5 is the tailback, Ralph Highland, who joins in. Truxell stays in there with the 2 tight ends, Harding and Dorsey. And play is stopped once again, and we'll see what the situation is here. So anything but a quick moving game. They are going to decide to measure right now, and this looks like it could be a first down just from a couple 100 yards away. I'm checking it out, but it looks like that could be a first down from here. We'll see what they come up with when the chain gang runs it out.
And knocking people down right, like when it gets tied up by the goalie. I didn't see that the last few years at all.
So they run the chains out.
Well, the one girl's calmed down because I think with more skill now.
And it is going to be short. It's going to be about the length of a football shy of a first down. So it's going to remain 4th down, as I mentioned. You're looking at a heavy set there with Zach Harding and Bryce Dorsey in the game as the 2 tight ends. Highland at the tailback. Truxell remains out there as Decker huddles up the Aggies once again here. And they break the huddle. Big stop needed here by Wilkes if they can get it. All right, looks like we're ready to play. As the clock starts to wind with 9:54 to go. Motion by Dorsey. He's going to settle in that power position. They're going to go straight ahead with Highland, and he finds some room before Dylan Walk takes him down. But it's going to be enough for another Delaware Valley first down. So Highland's first down run is going to make it 1st and 10 now as the ball is placed at about the 22-yard line. And Del Val threatening to score for the 3rd time. We see 2 receivers to the left, Truxell to the right in that wing spot with Nashir Morgan to the right, 1 back in the backfield. And it's going to be a give straight ahead. That's number 29. Julian White getting his first touch of the game. White, a first-year kid from North Penn High School. So he picks up 4 on that carry. And now it's going to be a 2nd and 6 as Highland checks out as Del Val huddles here. So inside the red zone here, 2 receivers now to the left. Julian White stays in there as the tailback with Decker. Truxell again, that wing back to the right. Morgan out wide to the right. Decker in the pistol. He's looking, and he's going to come back here to the right. He's got Morgan there, but he was held up a little bit, probably by Woods again. So that may be another automatic first down with this one. We'll see what they say. Nashir Morgan's a 6'5" receiver. First-year kid out of Atlantic City. Has 9 catches on the year, 5 touchdowns. So that's a tough matchup right there. Woods is a tough kid, but he's 5'11", so he's giving up half a foot. And sometimes you get a little grabby down in those spots, especially the closer you get to the end zone. So that will result in the automatic first down and pull the ball inside the 10-yard line. So it's going to bring up a 1st and goal now from the 9 with 8:20 to go. Decker again at the quarterback. Julian White to his right now. In the pistol look with Truxell in that wing spot. Morgan, receiver to the right, 2 receivers to the left. Decker gives to White. White sees a little room, but he's not quite able to get there. Good job defensively that time by number 2. That is Nick Gazzola. He's limping around a little bit after the tackle, but able to do the job and make it a 2nd and goal now. Probably no gain as personnel changes again for Delaware Valley. You seem to use a lot of players here. And we see White will stay in there. Number 22, that's the aforementioned David Cora. And 81, who already has a touchdown catch. No, I'm sorry, 81 is Travis Dorsey, who is off to the left. They're going to fake the give. And Casey Decker steps right into the arms of a Wilkes defender. And I'm trying to get a number there for you. And somebody is down for Wilkes. Maybe the man who made the sack. So, see him moving around. Not sure what may have happened there, but good defensive play. Going to bring up a 3rd down and long, 3rd and goal here. But they're going to be outside the 10-yard line when we resume play. Again, 7:24 to go. 14-0 Del Val as they are driving deep into Wilkes territory here. Del Val's already been able to score on their first 2 drives. This is their 3rd drive of the game right now. And again, they're deep in Wilkes territory as Wilkes trainers tend to the man that is down. All right, so looks like he's up. And that was number 4, Ayami Adaga. And he is walking gingerly off the field here. So hopefully he's okay and able to return. We'll see what the situation is there as soon as we can. And that's going to, again, bring up a 3rd down now. 3rd and goal, this time outside the 10-yard line to about the 12. As Decker runs the troops out for Del Val, and the clock starts to move. 4 receivers here to the right, and all alone to the left of the formation is Nashir Morgan. As mentioned, he is the go-to guy around the end zone, it seems. He has 5 touchdown catches. Decker now in the gun by himself. Empty set, 4 receivers right. We get motion by Cora. He now joins Morgan to the left. Time is running out, and Decker just flips it out into the flat, and not going to be nearly enough for what they need. It looks like Barksdale who comes up with the catch, but Adam Piston right there, the sophomore from Parkland, and make sure he goes no further. Del Valle looks like they're going to go for it here. So 4th and goal. They do have a field goal kicker in Jack Hughes. He's only 1 for 2 on the year, so probably someone they don't use that often. If they would, here's a spot I think you definitely use him. We're going to see a similar look with trips now to the right, 1 receiver left, and that's Simmons who's re-entered the game as the back with Decker. Decker looking, running out of time. A little bit of room. He's going to try to make it to the corner, and I don't think he's going to get there. Looks like a fumble.
Fumble on the play.
And it won't matter either way because that was 4th down. But a great job by the Wilkes defense right there, stopping the scramble attempt by the young man, Casey Decker, and a big stop as the Wilkes defense stiffens and turns over the Aggies as Wilkes will take over inside their 5-yard line, it looks like. Somewhere near the 3, it looks like that ball is spotted with 5:58 to go. So Wilkes, good job by getting the stop there, and a really important stop because if they can find a way to score here with 5:58 to go, they get the ball to start the second half, and we can have a ball game moving forward. Right now, 14-0 as mentioned. They just got to get it out of there from the 3-yard line. And they're going to throw it from back there, and Tabora's in trouble, and I'm not sure he got out of there. He did not. He is taken down for a safety. So that was big number 50. It looked like Yusuf Aladanov, who came flying from his defensive end position and chased down Tabora with 5:48 to go in the half. And that's going to increase the lead now to 16-0. And I just mentioned the momentum that Wilkes would have picked up knowing they're getting the ball in the second half, and that has quickly dissipated after the safety. So 16-0 Del Valle, and they will receive this free kick here in a moment. So Yusuf Aladnoff, very active defensive end, a little bit on the small side when you're looking at a 6 foot, 220-pound defensive end, but obviously uses his quickness pretty well there and was able to get into the Wilkes backfield and drag down Tabor as he tried to escape the pressure. And Tabor's been under pressure basically all game so far. And with the exception of a couple of completions and an Elijah Jules 3-yard run, I think the total yardage is probably in the negative for Wilkes at this point. Not quite. Looks like they have about 9 yards of offense as we're 5 minutes 48 seconds into the second quarter. So just not able to get much going against this Delaware Valley defense and really digging themselves in the hole now. So another big stop probably needed here. It looks like number 54 is teeing it up for Wilkes. That's Brandon Shire, first-year player from Penridge. So he's going to get into this one and hopefully pin Del Valle a little bit deeper. And it looks like back deep for Del Valle is number 2, who takes it at about the 23-yard line. That's Jameer Prevard, and he is being wrestled down to the ground somewhere outside the 30, and that's where we'll start there. It's number 14, Jameel Lowe, who was down there for the Wilkes special teams. And again, big spot here for the Wilkes defense to try and stay in this game. Down 16-0 at this point. And the ball now just outside the 30 at about the 32-yard line as Casey Decker runs the troops out. We're going to see trips here to the right. One receiver, that's Morgan, to the left. And one back joining.
24.
Simons, the back joining Decker. As he sits in the shotgun. Simons to his left, and it's going to be Simons on the carry. He's going to get the edge, and he's going to turn upfield and put his head down before being taken down by number 33, Cole Jesmer. But it's another first down, and Simons looking already might be over the 100-yard mark as we have 5:17 to go in the first half. So he's running well for the Aggies today. Two receivers right, two left. Again, it is Simons in the backfield with Decker. We get motion from Barksdale. Trips to the right with the back this side. Quick little screen to Barksdale. He steps out of one tackle and another before he is bumped out of bounds. So, just a little hitch there. Almost a tunnel screen type look, and he just used one or two blocks here on the outside and was able to skip by a tackler before again being bumped out. And Del Val again on the march here as they have crossed into Wilkes territory. The ball's now at the 45-yard line of the Colonels. And we're going to see two receivers left, two right with a wing, and that is still Simons in the backfield with Decker. Wilkes showing a little bit of pressure now. So linebackers step up, and they're going to bring pressure. And Simon's going to run by it. He makes a quick little move to the inside before he is brought down by number 33, Jesmer, and number 26, Leroy Marshall. There is a flag, however, and that's a holding call on Delaware Valley. So, good job up front by Del Val. It's Corey Shriver, senior, Austin Reagan, the senior, Jeremy Adams, the senior from Pocono Mountain East, Ron Goodwin, the junior, and Bam Benavati, the other tackle, right tackle, as a junior. And they've done a nice job so far allowing this ground game to work for the Aggies. Hold, though, puts them back to a 1st and 20 with 4 minutes exactly on the clock, and now it starts to run again. Trips to the left, one receiver right. Looks like Simons again in the backfield with Decker. And Decker is going to fake that way, and he's going to go up top. He's going to throw that one out of bounds. Good job by Najir Woods on that one, as he was battling again with Morgan out there. Had him step for step. Ball just floats out of bounds, so no chance at a completion on that one. And it's going to make it 2nd down and 20 now, as we get a little personnel change for the Aggies. Wilkes using their nickel look. Trips left, two receivers right, all by himself in the shotgun is Decker. Barksdale steps up now, and 81 Dorsey steps off the line of scrimmage. Quick little move to the outside here to Barksdale again, and they have him corralled and really nowhere to good as Najir Woods is there and Adam Piston is there for Wilkes defense. So just a little stop pattern, try to pick up 3 or 4 and give a kid like Barksdale an opportunity to make a play out of it, but great job by the Wilkes defense corralling him there and not allowing him to get any extra yardage. And that's going to bring up a 3rd and long now. So stop was needed here, and with the 3rd and long, they're on the way to perhaps answering the bell, the Wilkes defense. They've done a nice job. The way Del Val came out, they've really settled in these last couple of drives. So we have one back, 2 receivers right, 2 left. They fake the back. They're going to dump it down, and it is incomplete. That is Dante Gazzola all over Ralph Highland, trying to set up a little screen up inside and nothing doing. Big hit by Gazzola and a big stop by the Wilkes defense right there. So for the first time today, we're going to see Delaware Valley's punter. That's Bobby Miller, senior, number 13, and he'll be letting it go from about the 32, 33-yard line, and Elijah Jewell's back deep for Wilkes. Hopefully can spark this team with a good return here. Good snap. Good punt. Good punt. High, booming kick. And Jules makes the first man miss, but can't get away from the second guy. So number 42 is down there, Cole Kitchen from Upper Moreland High School. And he grabs Jules and spins him down at about the 7-yard line. So 2:42 to go. 16-0 game. Still a 2-score game right now. And again, Wilkes will get the ball to start the second half. So maybe a big play here or there can give Wilkes an opportunity to cut this lead in half and then give him a chance with the ball to start the second half. Try and even things up. So it's Tabor again going to lead the offense out. 3 receivers to the right with Katz lined up as a wing. I'm sorry, it's Dean lined up as the wing over there. And it's going to be straight ahead with the handoff and the pile moving for a little bit for some positive yardage there, as that was number 37, Malachi Clore. And we'll give him 2 on that before he is brought down by Vessels, Shamir Vessels, and Yusuf Adaladnov. And it's going to bring up a 2nd and 8 now with 2:15 and rolling on the clock. Trips again to the right. 1 receiver left with a wing to the left, and Tabor all by himself in the shotgun. He's going to keep, and he just has nowhere to go, but he's going to fight for maybe an extra yard there. Anthony Noble is the first man there, and he originally made the tackle. Quick timeout now called by Delaware Valley. Number 12 also in on that tackle for the Aggies. That's sophomore linebacker Ahmad Jones from Atlantic City. So with 1:50 to go, Del Val uses their 2nd timeout, which leaves them 1 here. And if they can get a stop, try and give them a chance to score right before the half. Again, Del Val came out expecting to see quarterback Daquan Bohannon, who's thrown for almost 1,300 yards, has 9 rushing touchdowns. He did not make the start. He was not in the game. But instead, Casey Decker has led the offense brilliantly to get 2 early scores. And last Wilkes drive, after a good stop by the defense, Del Val adds a safety. And that's where we sit right now with 1:50 to go before halftime. It's 16-0 Aggies. Aggies again ranked number 10 in the Division III coaches poll, and hoping to stay undefeated and win another MAC title and advance again to the NCAA championships held later this month. So Tabor with 1 man to his left. It looks like Jules. And he's going to pump and go, and he's going to underthrow the man, looking for Pelzer. And it looks like there's some miscommunication on that one. And number 20, Dante Mason, up to go get it and was not able to intercept it, but knocks it down. It's going to bring up a 4th down now, and Alex Orlando is going to come in and try and punt this away from inside his end zone. So going to want to get it out of there. Del Val again with 1:44 to go and 1 timeout. Can't quite see the deep man. Looks like Barksdale, if I had to guess. And we'll see if Orlando can get this one out of there and help out the defense one more time. Kicking game has been pretty good so far. And he gets it up and angles it to the left, and that's probably not what he wanted, as he did not give Barksdale a chance to return it. The problem is Del Val's going to start at about their 34-yard line. So 34 yards to cover with 1:37 to go for this Delaware Valley offense, already up 16-0. Wilkes defense has been called upon the last couple of drives. We'll see if they can answer the call one more time now. Spent a lot of time out on the field this first half with the offense unable to sustain much of anything. As mentioned, barely into double digits with total yards right now. And we see that the offense comes out with 3 receivers to the left, 2 down here to the right, Barksdale and Morgan. And it's Decker by himself in the shotgun. Good snap. Decker looking. Long throw to the sideline. Good catch, but quickly swallowed up over there by number 12, John Washington. And they're going tempo now. That was number 10 who made that catch for Delaware Valley. Aaron Nelson, senior receiver. And now they're just going to flip sides with trips to the right. It looks like a little bit of motion, but nothing called. And Morgan is open down the middle, or the left hash, I should say, before Dylan Walk gets him out of bounds. He's going to have a first down with 1:05 to go. And they're going to say the ball is being placed at about the 14-yard line now. Simons checks back into the game as number 80, Ryan Loughlin, who already has a touchdown catch, checks out. And it's 1st and 10 here from just outside the 10-yard line, roughly the 14. So one receiver is Morgan to the left by himself. 3 receivers here to the right. That's Simons with Decker in the backfield now. Barksdale motions as another man in the backfield. So you got 2 people with him, and that's just going to be thrown incomplete. Looking to come back to Morgan again with that single coverage down there, but Najir Woods up to the task. And Decker, not a lot of room to fit that one in, and just misfires, and it's now going to make up a 2nd and 10 as some more personnel changes come in for the Aggies. See number 22, David Cora check in. Simon's still in there. We'll see if they look to get him the ball. Barksdale, another option for Del Val as a playmaker. So you have tight end receiver left. Barksdale now in motion, making it trips left. 1 receiver down here to the right. Simons in the backfield. Little out, and that's incomplete as well. Trying to stay in bounds was number 22, David Almadar-Vacora, but could not bring it in. It's now going to bring up a 3rd down and 10 from the 14. So once again, Wilkes defense being called upon, and once again, doing their best to keep this a ball game right now. As Nashir Morgan checks back in now. A 6'5 receiver. They like him in these spots down around the goal line. We'll see if they try to go that way. Woods is lined up on him. Decker with Simons to his left, 3 receivers to the right, Morgan to the left. And they are going to throw it up to Morgan, the 6'5 receiver. Great job by Najir Woods. No, as he throws the no thank you sign out there. And it's incomplete, and we're going to see the field goal unit come out. Again, we saw earlier in the game where the ball's at the 7, and Coach Greco decided against the field goal, but he's going to settle for a field goal, or try to settle for a field goal here with Jack Hughes, who's only 1 for 2 on the year. And this will be about a 30-yard attempt. So we'll see if young Mr. Hughes is able to connect here. Shane Oros is the snapper. Holder's Timmy Lallis. Kick is up, and it's blocked. And it's going to bounce out of bounds. But Wilkes once again stiffens, does not allow Del Val to score. So with 47 seconds to go, the score is going to remain 16-0. And again, if you're Wilkes, you probably just want to get out of the half right now at 16-0 and regroup to see how things can be adjusted going into the second half of play. So again, 47 seconds remain in the first half. Wilkes has sputtered on offense thus far. A lot of that can be attributed to the Delaware Valley defense. And we can see that Curry is back with Tabora in the pistol, and it's Jules as the tailback. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. We'll see what Coach Strock decides to do. Del Val showed pressure initially, and Wilkes is going to try and throw it. And again, being forced out of the pockets, Tabora, he's just going to toss it up, and nice attempt by Whitaker there, but it's going to fall incomplete. As Tabora was looking downfield, Whitaker broke open late, just not a lot of room to work that sideline as he was under duress. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 10 now with 39 seconds remaining. I think you might try and see Wilkes run the ball a little bit here. Again, just to get out of the half. Tabor now at 2 backs with him, 2 receivers right, 1 left. And they are going to keep it in the air. They're going to try and throw Tabora under pressure again. He's going to go up top. He's got a man, and that is incomplete. Whitaker in double coverage that time. That's Mason back there with him. And number 2 is Jameer Pravard also back there. And just could not connect. Whitaker had a chance at it, just couldn't quite haul it in. So now it's going to bring up a 3rd and long with 32 seconds remaining. And now you're looking at Del Valle with an opportunity to maybe get the ball back with the timeout in their pocket. So Pelzer checks in, as does tight end Jacob Katz. And we'll see what Coach Strock has to go to here. So 2 to the right, 2 to the left with Pelzer down this way closest to us. And Tabor is looking. And Tabor has the ball knocked out of his hands, and there's a scramble for it. Looks like Wilkes perhaps was able to get back on it. I saw Tabora on it early. Not sure he was the one able to. And no, they're saying it's been recovered by the Aggies. So it's a fumble. Looks like number 96, Sebastian Montlewis. First-year kid, 6'4", 260 out of Woodbridge High School, was able to pounce on it. I didn't see who got the original pressure, knock it out of Tabora's hands, but with 23 seconds remaining, that puts Wilkes defense back on the field once again in a difficult situation. And now you're looking at first down here at the 16-yard line as Casey Decker brings the offense back out. Again, Wilkes is trying to get to the half here at 16-0. They've done what they could, a 4th down stop. They blocked the kick, gave up only a field goal after 2 early scores for Del Valle, but now they're up against it again. And another conversation with the referee, Walter Kowalczyk. Not sure what this might be about, as he is joined by some other officials. Del Valle does have 1 timeout, so with 27 seconds to go, they could probably run the ball even if they wanted in the spot, or throw the ball over the middle of the field and still have that timeout in their back pocket if they needed to set up a field goal or give them another opportunity to try and go for the end zone. So with that timeout, it gives them a couple of options here. They don't have to solely rely on sideline routes. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. That looks like number 5, Ralph Highland, with Casey Decker, and we have another stoppage of play. Not the smoothest first half by any means. And another discussion here with Walter Kowalczyk. Not sure what this might be about, unless it's a timing issue. We'll see if it's addressed. It's not. Ball's just going to be blown back into play. Maybe they move the ball up a half a foot. So it's a 3 minutes of discussion to move the ball a half foot up. So, all right, away we go. Again, 2 receivers right, 2 left. Highland in the backfield with Decker. Good pressure. Decker's in trouble, and he is going to go down, and that's got to be a fumble. And it's picked up by Jed, still rolling around. And it's still a scrum. I think everybody but the tuba player had a chance to pick that up. And we'll see who comes up with this. There's only 13 seconds remaining. Even if Del Valle does come up with this, it's going to be outside of the 35-yard line. And it looks like they have. That's number 60 who fell on that. One of their offensive linemen, Jeremy Adams, the center. 6'1", 290 from Pocono Mountain East, and now the clock's going to roll, and I think Del Valle's just going to take it to the locker room, up 16-0, and it might be best for both teams right now, as no one including the referees, no one seems to have any sort of rhythm, and that's exactly where we're going to end it up. So the Wilkes defense has done an outstanding job, gave up 2 early touchdowns to the 10th-ranked Aggies, and stiffened after that, only allowing a field goal attempt, which was blocked, and of course the safety followed a defensive stop inside the 7-yard line, and that's where we stand. So we'll take a little break here at the half. It is 16-0 Delaware Valley. Wilkes will get the football as we resume second half play. All right, we're 45 seconds from kicking it away here to start the second half. Wilkes will receive the second half kickoff. First half, 16-0, as mentioned, as we last left off. First quarter scores, 9:26 to go in that first quarter. Dante Simon's 2-yard run. Jack Hughes added the extra point, make it 7-0. Del Valle then made the lead 14-0 with a Ryan Laughlin catch from Casey Decker, 15 yards total in that one. And then a safety with 5:48 to go before the half by Yusuf Aladinoff has us at our halftime score of 16-0. Just looking at a couple of stats. Simon's the leading rusher in the MAC coming into the game with 778 yards. Has added to that total. He now has 879 yards. He had 101 yards in that first half. And he sparked the Del Valle offense. Casey Decker, 12 of 20 for 84 yards for the Aggies. Wilkes offense, not much going on there. They finished with 4 total yards and only 18 total plays in that half. And did not, they picked up 4 first downs, 3 of them by way of penalties. So not the type of half you want to drop, but that's all right. You get 2 halves of football, and we're ready to start the second one with Jules and Whitaker back deep for Wilkes. And number 37, Pat Moran, about to kick it off for Del Valle here. Dylan Walk had 8 tackles. Gazzola had 7, Dante that is, and Washington had 6 for Wilkes in the first half to spark them statistically. Whitaker takes that, and he is finding a seam, and he runs into a number of white shirts there, and he is going to be taken down just outside the 25-yard line at the 26, and that's where the Wilkes offense will start the second half with 15:54 to go here, down 16-0. See if they can get anything in gear against this Delaware Valley defense, who has been led by a couple of their down people, namely Yusuf Aldanoff, who I mentioned, who has 6 total tackles, 2 tackles for loss, and 2 sacks, and Anthony Noble has 3 sacks. They had 2.5 tackles for loss, so they have been living in the Wilkes backfield. Wilkes has to do something a little different up front, make that adjustment to find some success. They're going to give it to Jules, and he is going to weave his way for about a yard, maybe 2, before he is brought down there. And we'll give him 2 yards on it. Going to make it 2nd and 8 now. So trying to establish that run game as Jules now checks out. And Tabora breaks the huddle with 3 receivers now to the right, including the tight end in a wing spot, and 1 receiver to the left. Looks like Whitaker by himself. Tabora in the gun. A little inside tunnel screen to Corey Pelzer, who makes 1 man miss and then is dragged down shortly thereafter. That's Dante Mason again, who's there defensively, as well as Trent Fries, it looks like. And there is a flag again, which was another theme of the first half, so we'll see if this play stands. Walter Kowalczyk going to let us know what we have here.
Offside. Defense.
And it's against Del Valle. And Wilkes will take that penalty. It'll move ahead 5 yards. And it's going to make it a 2nd and short now. Remains 2nd down as Malachi Clore checks in for the Colonels. Trying to get a drive going, trying to cut into the 16-0 lead. First possession of the second half. Tabora in the back check. Xavier Powell actually at quarterback. And he connects there.
Pass complete to Pelzer.
And it's Corey Pelzer who makes the catch. And it's going to be good enough for a Wilkes first down. So moving the ball there. Aided by the penalty, but we'll take it. So change has been made at the quarterback position now, as we're looking at Xavier Powell, number 4. First-year kid from Arlington High School in Poughkeepsie, New York, 6'1", 195. And he is going to have trips to his right. He is by himself in the gun with 2 receivers to his left. Del Valle, again, a movement up front, but nothing as they get back into the neutral zone, and they're bringing pressure once again. And Powell looking that left side. You had Katz over there in Clore, and no one comes up with that ball as it sails into the Wilkes sideline. It's going to make a second down now, 2nd and 10, as Powell will command the offense here with Joe Curry coming in. So again, just trying to find something that'll give a little bit of success to the Wilkes offense. Again, a lot of this is attributed to the defense that they're facing here at Del Val. 2 receivers right, and quickly pressured is Powell, and he goes down trying to dump it out to Curry, but that had no chance as he was hurried there. Again, that's number 50, Yusef Ladinoff, who was in the backfield. He's been living back there. And another stoppage of play. Not sure what's going on here. Really disjointed action today. So Delaware Valley used a timeout, their first of the second half. I didn't really see a urgency or a need where anyone ran out to call that timeout, so not sure what was happening there, why they needed one, but I'm sure there was maybe a misalignment or personnel issue. So they're going to head back out to the field now.
34, Alvernia 14, late in the fourth.
Stevenson 35, Kings 10.
Late in the fourth, Stevenson 35, Kings 10.
And Wilkes comes out with the trips look to the right.
Third quarter,
Cats
Valley 17, Misericordia
on that
14.
wing position. 2 receivers to the left, and again, it's Powell now who's quarterbacking
Third
in the
quarter,
shotgun.
Widener 3, Lycoming 0.
Powell with the shotgun step. He's going to climb the pocket. He's looking, keeping his eyes downfield, pointing, directing traffic, and he's just going to keep it himself, and he's going to get up near the 40, 41-yard line before he's bumped out of bounds, and that's going to bring up a 4th down now, and Alex Orlando is going to have to come in and punt this one away. So a little bit of success, a 1st down picked up by Wilkes on that drive, their 5th of the game. But not much after that. It's going to bring up a 4th and 6, and they're going to have to punt it away, and that'll be Alex Orlando as mentioned. Getting into this one, Tamir Barksdale back deep for the Aggies. Low snap, end over end wobbler, and it's going to take a bounce, and it's going to be downed roughly the 26-yard line perhaps. So Orlando gets that one out of there, and that's where Del Val will start the second half with 12:33 to go. Let's see what the Wilkes defense could do. Wilkes defense was out there quite a bit in that first half. Del Val dominated in time of possession. 23 minutes and 12 seconds they had the ball. They were able to run 44 offensive plays in that time. So the defense spent their time on the field and did a good job for the most part. First 2 drives were a struggle. Once they settled in, they were okay. Now we see motion here to trips for Del Val, and to give to Simons again, who had 100 yards in that first half, and he's spinning, and tough kid to bring down before he's originally before he's originally wrapped up by number 33, Cole Jesmer. Dylan Walk there as well to bring him to the ground. So 2 yards to add to Simmons' totals. And it's going to bring up a 2nd and 8 for the Aggies. 1 back. Receiver to the left, 1 to the right, and we're going to go again with Simmons. And that time they're swarming all over him and very little room to operate. No gain is what we're looking at there as Kellen Redmond, first-year defensive end, makes the stop. And it's going to make a 3rd and 7. John Washington, sophomore from Eagle Academy in New York, also went on that stop. So 3rd and 8. 11:25 to go. And it's going to be 3 receivers to the left, 1 right. Barksdale comes to the backfield to join Decker. Decker looking outfield. He's going to flip it out here. Barksdale, nice catch. Barksdale trying to avoid a man and is unable to do so. Great job in the open field by Oyami Adaga, who was injured a little bit earlier in the first half. Good to see that he's all right, and not only all right, but able to make those type of plays. A elusive runner, and Barksdale makes the catch and could not get away from Adaga, and it's going to bring up a 4th down and 12. So the Wilkes defense once again makes a stand, and we're going to see that. That's number 43, or 13, excuse me, Bobby Miller, who gets that one away. Whoa! Jesmer goes flying over the pile there, trying to avoid touching the ball. It's a little bit of tumbling practice there. And that's where Wilkes will start their second drive of the second half with 10:28 to go. Roughly the 41-yard line. So good field position here. Hopefully we could see the Colonels capitalize, get something rolling, find something that works, because it's been few and far between as far as offensive success for the Colonels. So Powell's going to lead them out again. Xavier Powell again has replaced DeBoer, first-year quarterback, 6'1", 195. And he has 2 receivers here to his right, 3 to the left with Katz at that wing on the left. He's in the gun, and he's going to roll, quick sprint to the left, and he's under pressure quickly as he tries to connect with Corey Pelzer, and he's able to. So nice job by Powell as he sprinted to the left there and avoided some pressure before additional pressure came, and in the meanwhile able to hook up with Pelzer, and a good first down pickup is going to make it a 2nd and 3. Higgins and Jules now enter the game for the Colonels. I'll see Jules is the lone back in the gun with Powell. Whitaker to this side with Higgins. Katz also a receiver this side. So trips this way. It looks like some motion. Should be against Del Val. Looks like he jumped into the neutral zone, causing big number 79, Corey Berrien from Old Forge, to react. So that will be good enough for another first down. So I already picked up 2 first downs. The ball is going to be marched into Colonel territory once again, where the ball is going to be spotted down at the 47-yard line. And we got 9:37 in running. And same look with trips here to the right. 1 receiver to the left, and that's Powell at quarterback now, joined by Jules in the backfield. Pressure, and Powell's going up top. He has a man in Whitaker and could not quite bring it in. It looked like number 2 for Del Val. The corner was beaten on the play, Jameer Prevard, and may have gotten a hand in there a little early to disrupt that, but no call. So
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Defense, number 97.
we do have a call, though, the other way.
Automatic.
So a roughing penalty called against Del Val, and this seems to be Wilkes' best offense so far, but we'll take it at this point. I didn't see what happened behind the play. It looked like Sean Balcom was the one who was called for the personal foul from Del Val, so that's going to move the ball near the 30, probably at about the 32-yard line with 9:20 to go, and Wilkes on the move here. Again, it's only a 2-score game. And we see we have 2 receivers to the right with the tight end. Katz the tight end on the left, and it's a straight keep for Powell, and he is swarmed under.
Stacked up by the interior line there.
Not much going there. Number 53 in on the play. That's Benjamin Camarano, and number 99, Kelvin Brown, also there to stop that. So maybe a yard will give Powell on that one. And it's going to bring up a 2nd and 9. And we have 2 receivers again. We're going to see doubles on both sides, one back with Powell. Powell looking now. And again, immediate pressure, but he gets away from it, and he has a little bit of room. And oof, he is met after a big first down run. So it looked like number 50, that's Aladinov again. He's been all over the place making the tackle, but not before. Powell used some escapability there and brought the ball inside the Del Val red zone to about the 19-yard line. So with 8 minutes to go here in the third quarter, Wilkes driving, trying to make this a ball game by putting the ball in the end zone here. Clore in the backfield with Powell. Powell on the gun, 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. Quick out, and going the other way right now is Jameer Prevard, and he is going to outrun everybody into the end zone with 7:35 to go. Prevard read that one, went to the well one too many times perhaps, and he takes it roughly 96 yards. And
when it covers
87 yards is now the official yardage that we're giving. And that will make it 22-0 here. So good drive, had things rolling, tried to run that quick little out, and Prevard read it, stepped in front, and took it the distance. 88 yards outrunning, 87 yards, outrunning everybody, and adding to the 16-0 lead, as now trying to add the extra point is Jack Hughes, and that is up, and that is good. So with the Hughes kick, after the 87-yard return, Delaware Valley defense steps up. They put themselves in the hole with a couple of penalties to give Wilkes some breathing room there, but quickly shut down as Prevard steps in front of the little out pattern and tipped it to the outside receiver, and he raced 87 yards, and it is now 23-0 here at Schmidt Stadium. So just added to the uphill climb that Wilkes is now going to face with the 23-0 deficit here. So it'll be Bobby Miller to boot it away for Del Val. Whitaker and Jules will be back deep. I apologize, that's not Bobby Miller, that is Pat Moran, the punter, who's going to also handle the kickoff duties here. As mentioned, Jules and Whitaker back deep, hoping to get a return and put Wilkes in position to make another drive here. Moran approaches the ball, gets into it, low line drive kick, and Jules picks it up on the run at about the 13-yard line. Tries to bounce outside, not much there, but he's going to get all the way up to about the 35 before he is wrestled down. Number 27. We'll say it's Sean Wiggins who makes the tackle. And that's where Wilkes will start. So they're going to start at 35. A little bit of success on the last drive. 36, we'll call it. A little bit of success on the last drive. We'll see if they go back to some of those things that worked well. Namely, it was a scramble by Powell. A couple short passes as well. As we see 2 receivers here to the right. Larry Brown, looks like, impels her. And Powell in trouble trying to set up the screen, and he's able to. And good work once he gets the ball in his hands by Malachi Clore. the junior from Wilson Westlawn, and he's able to
Results in a first down for the Colonels.
weave his way up to about the 48-yard line, and that's good enough for a first down. So another first down. Again, ball on the 48. Wilkes been doing a little better job offensively this half after a difficult first half. Just a matter of putting it in the end zone now at 6:54 and counting. As Powell now leads them out of the huddle. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right with the tight end. It looks like Jules in the backfield again. And Powell's in trouble. He's going to let this one go, and Whitaker is there, and that is intercepted. So, nope, they're saying ball hit the ground. It is incomplete, in coverage back there. Looked like number 25, Justin Harris. And now we got a flag again. And that penalty yard is starting to stack up. Del Valle is ranked 10th in the latest poll, but you can see this could be an issue moving forward. The number of penalties that they get, that could be a problem. So, ball is incomplete. Looked like almost intercept. Had Whitaker one-on-one down there with Harris, and Harris went up and high-pointed that one to intercept it. But when all was said and done, we saw some words exchanged perhaps, and then the flag went. And we're going to get the word right now from Walter Kowalczyk. So it's 2 fouls against Del Valle. The first is holding. So that's going to be a first down for Wilkes with that one. And then the unsportsmanlike.
Defense, number 25. 15-yard penalty. Both fouls are being enforced.
So they're going to pick up 25 yards here on penalty yards. And that's going to move the ball deep into Del Valle territory. So that with the first down on the holding call, it's going to take it to about the 42. Now you're going to tack on 15 from there. And you're going to be at about the 27-yard line once the ball is spotted. So, again, Wilkes handed good field position here. And a lot of this has stemmed from Del Valle and perhaps a little lack of discipline with some of these personal fouls and unnecessary roughness fouls, but nonetheless, it's just a matter of taking advantage here. So Powell's in the gun with 2 receivers, including the tight end to the left, 2 receivers right, and we have movement once again, and that's going to be offside. It looked like number 7, Anthony Noble, was in the backfield before the ball was snapped. So Wilkes, without running a play here, has just picked up 40 yards of real estate. So, try it again. Tight end left, 1 receiver left, 2 receivers right, and the handoff is to Jules, who tries to keep his balance, does, and not a lot of room there once he gets rolling. That looks like number 6, Blaine Netterman from Brick Memorial High School. Same school as number 7, Anthony Noble. And not much doing for Jules on that one. So it's going to be a 2nd and 4. And 6 minutes and running here in the third quarter. 23-0 after the interception return here in the third quarter. And looks like trying to set up a screen again, not going to be able to, as big number 96, Sebastian Montlewis, all over Xavier Powell. Now Wilkes starting to go the wrong way, so it's going to be 3rd and long. Looked like they tried to set up screen, and you want to invite your defensive lineman in and dump it over there, but there was no prayer for Powell on that one. Montlewis was in his face before he had a chance to do anything, so that's going to make it a 3rd and long now. And we'll see what Coach Strock decides to do. Not a lot you can draw up here when you can't get that first line of defense, those first 4 guys blocked, and it hasn't been easy. Noble, Ladinoff, been tough all day. And we see more pressure here. Powell looking across the middle. Nice catch. Going up, and we got another penalty flag down. And it's a great catch by number 3. That's Richard Aramis, senior wide receiver, 6'2", 205 from David Braley High School. And the flag is in the backfield where it's either going to be another personal foul for roughing or perhaps holding. Hopefully we see what we get here. And it's another personal foul for roughing the passer. So I don't have it on hand, but I would guess that Del Val's well over 100 yards in penalty yards so far. So it's going to bring up a 1st and goal now. It was a nice catch made there in the middle of the field. Good throw and catch where we said Amaris went up and was able to snag that thing out of the air. I'm not sure it was going to be enough for a 1st down, but it doesn't matter right now because we're looking at 1st and goal inside the 10 after the penalty. And we have a tight bunch here to the left with the receiver out wide left. And not sure what was going to happen there, but Powell's going to try and run. He's just going to throw it up, and that's going to fall incomplete. He had Whitaker in the end zone. Looked like originally he wanted to go to Pelzer on the left side, and that was covered by Justin Harris out there. So tried to get to a secondary receiver as he was scrambling, and no luck. And he had to throw that one away. So you see some substitutions here as Joe Curry makes his way into the game as Whitaker checks out now. And it's now 2nd and goal from the 9. And Powell again in the pistol formation. Katz and Dean are the tight ends. And it's going to be a quick little roll. And Powell's going to get the corner, and he is buried out of bounds. And guess what? You got another flag as Powell is slow to get up. There's a flag before the start of the play. Perhaps that was an illegal motion type penalty. And probably roughing the quarterback. Another personal foul against Del Val, which should bring the automatic 1st down with it. 4:23 remaining in the 3rd quarter as the referees sort it out again. So we'll see what happens here. Not sure what that original penalty was. I'd imagine that 2nd penalty is going to be roughing of some sort. So let them sort it out. We're still discussing this. I'm not sure why it's taking this long to figure out the penalty situation here. As mentioned, seemed pretty obvious what happened to the left. I'm not sure the original penalty. That's the only one I'm questioning right now. I know Xavier Powell is slow to get up. I'm not sure if he's in the huddle of Wilkes players there, so we'll see if that is the case, if he's okay, hopefully.
Because he said he could do announcing and then go up to the spot.
Del Val now heading over to their sideline as this is being sorted out.
Offsetting fouls on the play.
And they're going to call it offsetting.
Holding. Offense. Number 70.
Okay, so it's a hold against the
Personal foul.
offense.
Unnecessary roughness. With targeting. Defense. Number 43.
So we have a targeting call against number 43, which is Anthony Tedesco, senior linebacker and Del Val's defensive leader. And so that'll come with an ejection, that targeting call. Again, from where I'm seated, it's tough to tell. Maybe he led with a helmet or whatever the case might be. Not sure. But it's going to leave the ball where it was originally marked at the 9-yard line. And Tabor is back in, so obviously with Xavier Powell being hit out of bounds like that, it's may have banged him up a little bit. So Tabor will come back in now with the ball on the 9-yard line. And we'll see exactly how we go about this. So we're going to have 3 receivers to the left. Tabor by himself in the backfield. 3 receivers and the tight end to the left. And it looks like Whitaker by himself here to the right, and it's a 2nd and goal. Pelzer with short motion, a quick little toss to Pelzer, and he does not have much after the catch as Tabora connects there. And it looked like number 58 perhaps? Yeah, it may have been number 58, Trent Fries, who was there after the catch to make it a 1-yard gain, and now that'll bring up a 3rd down and goal with 3:47 to go. As they break the huddle, and Tabora settles the offense. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left, and actually we have whistles again. And it's going to be timeout Wilkes. So they're going to use a timeout now with 3:27 to go. It looks like they had too many players in the game at that point and used the timeout before the penalty could be assessed on that one. So big 3rd down here, 3rd and goal from the 7. And Wilkes trying to get or claw their way back into this. 23-0. Time possession dominated by Del Val. Referees used a ton of time today as well, trying to discuss and sort things out, so they've had their fair share of spotlight as well. And we can see Del Val making their way back out onto the field as Wilkes is ready to go here with a 3rd down play, and Tabora leading the offense back out. So it's been a game where the defensive front of Del Val has sort of dominated and not allowed Wilkes to do much of anything, and when they don't get their running game going, Wilkes being one of the better running teams in the MAC, you have to basically rely on only one weapon, that's through the air. It becomes more difficult. So Curry is out there now, and it looks like Malachi Clore is in the backfield as Tabor's in the pistol look. 1 receiver's Pelzer down here. We have 2 tight ends on 3rd and goal from the 7. Tabor with the short little roll. Good job, good block by Clore. And he's going to toss it up, and it is knocked away at the last minute. Tabora had a man in the corner of the end zone. It looked like Katz, who had it for a moment, and Justin Harris was able to get his hand in there and knock that away. And with 4th down and goal, I think you have to go for it. I would not imagine you'd see the field goal team. And that's not the case as Whitaker comes back into the ball game. And we'll see what this 4th down brings. So big 4th down here. Del Val sidelines excited about the play. It's 4th and goal from the 7. Del Val trying to keep the Colonels out of the end zone. We have 2 receivers right with the tight end, 2 left. Tabor's looking, being chased. He's in trouble, and once again he is brought down, and that is big number 7, Anthony Noble, there to make the play. And that'll snuff out the Wilkes drive and turn it over on down. So with 3:13 to go, twice now, Wilkes has a little bit of life offensively, able to move the ball into Del Val territory, but not enough to put points on the board. And it's a 23-0 game as we have 3:13 and counting here in the 3rd quarter. Decker brings the offense back out. Casey Decker, 6 foot 195, Upper Moreland, and he's going to be under center, and Simons is the lone back. Motion by Barksdale, and it's a sweep by Barksdale, and he's going to step up inside. He's going to spin off a man, spin off another man before eventually he is brought down by number 15. That is Dante Gazzola. But he picks up about 7 on the play using his speed. Del Valle probably going to take their time now with the 3 touchdown lead, 3 score lead, I guess I should say, and 2:43 and rolling. Decker joined in the backfield by number 5. That's Ralph Highland. 2 receivers right. Motion man is Truxell. Settles in, and Decker's going to look to throw. He steps up into the pocket, looking. He's going to keep it himself, and he's going to have a first down before he steps out of bounds. Adam Piston eventually leads him out of bounds, but it'll be enough for a first down by Decker. And that'll spot the ball at the 42-yard line, actually, we'll call it. Actually closer to the 43. So the fans from Del Valle are into this a little bit now. We see 2 receivers to the left with Truxell this side. 1 receiver is Morgan to the right. 1 back with Decker. And he's going to give to Simons, and Simons sees a little bit of a crease, and he's going to get up inside and be taken down near the midfield stripe. That looks like Dylan Walk over there making the stop for the Colonels, as Del Valle starting to churn it out a little bit here.
Aggies will have a first down.
So we'll spot the ball now right at the midfield stripe
Right at the 50.
on the right hash, and with minute 58 and counting, Decker brings the Aggies out of the huddle. Simons again with him to the right. We shift here and see Dorsey move over to the right side. 2 receivers left. Shotgun. Decker looking downfield. He has a man, and that is caught. No, it's incomplete. Jarred out of there by Najir Woods and Dylan Walk. Looking for number 8. Decker had Isaiah Calhoun open for a second. Calhoun had it, and then it was jarred loose. So that'll bring up a second down and 10 now with a minute 37 to go in the quarter. As a little personnel change, as Calhoun and number 83 Dorsey check out for Delaware Valley. Two receivers here to the left with the fullback Truxell this way, and it's going to be Simmons again, and he dances around. He gets to the edge, and he's able to skate out of bounds, forced out by Walk. But again, about a 7-yard pickup there, maybe 8.
Walk over there.
So it's going to bring up a third and
They'll bring up third
long
down
2, and
long 3.
we'll see what Coach Greco decides to do here as Highland enters and Simons checks out, as does Najir Morgan. And Del Valle breaks the huddle with twins right, twins left. So 2 receivers to each side. Decker now sends number 22 Cora in motion. Gets the snap, and it's going to be a quick little hitter to Barksdale, and we've seen this before. And Barksdale has some speed, and he's out into the open, and he's eventually dragged down there, but not before he picks up another Del Valle first down. And it's starting to look like a tired Wilkes defense here, who spent a lot of time on the field. Number 4, that was Oyami Adaga making the stop. But again, not before a first down. Now with just under 30 seconds to go in the quarter, Del Valle seems to have things pretty much under wraps here. Truxell again in that tight wing here to the left. Morgan out wide to left. 2 receivers right. 1 back with Decker. Decker looking to throw again. And incomplete. He's looking for Barksdale. Not much there. It would only been about a 2 or 3 yard pickup. But it does stop the clock with 13 seconds to go in the quarter. As Simons checks back into the game, as does number 22, David Amadara Cora, and number 81, Tavian Dorsey. So, 2nd and 10. 16 seconds on the play clock here. 2 receivers to the left with the blocking back Truxell over there. Simons again as the lone back. And Decker is going to give to Simons, and he gets the edge, and he's got a little bit of room, and he makes a man miss before he is dragged down from behind by number 33. That's Cole Jesmu's had a nice game, but it's going to be another first down. That's going to bring us to the end of the third quarter. So as we get to the end of the third quarter, it's 23-0 Delaware Valley. They are on the move, looking to put this one to bed for the final 15 minutes. We're about to see if Wilkes can make another stop here and mount a serious comeback. Down 23-0.
Coaches, officials, and other game personnel. And fans also reminded, please stay off the field after today's contest.
So again, after today, Wilkes has one regular season game remaining. That's against crosstown rival Kings. Game will be played at Kings. Kings was down last check against Stevenson. But right now, it's a matter of finishing this out here and making a furious comeback. As the officials switch ends of the field. The ball's going to be placed down at the 14-yard line. Again, it's been all day where the Wilkes defense has really done a nice job standing up to this offense. And we can see now Decker has Highland with him in the backfield. Barksdale in motion, and he's going to give to Highland. Highland tries to start outside. He's going to work back inside before he is dragged down there at about the 10-yard line. So we'll give him 4. This can bring up a second and 6.
Good, about 4, second and 6.
And Decker's going to huddle up the Aggies at that point. So 14-24 and rolling. Julian White is now the tailback, the freshman from North Penn High School. Truxell in front of him is the fullback. Decker now under center. Motion by Dorsey. Power look, and they're going to give to White. He's going to head up inside, and he's going to be close to another first down. That's 97 Steele Hess who makes the tackle. And with the clock running, nope, they stopped the clock. I guess there was a man down momentarily, so they're going to switch up number. That's number 75. That's Bam Benavdi, 6'2", 280-pound junior, who checks out for Del Val. Number 77 takes his place, Shane Newell. So clock running now. 3rd and 2, we'll call it. Same look, this time Truxell offset to the left, and it's going to be tossed to White, and he's going to cut back inside. Looks like he'll have the first down as there's a pile up there. And it's probably going to be about 1st and goal near the 4-yard line.
Over there, along with other colonels on the stop.
And we'll see where they spot this. And it is good enough for a first down. So it's going to be 1st and goal. And we're going to see that Barksdale checks back in. White will stay in the game at tailback right now. Here comes Simons now. And White will check out. And with 13:08 to go, Del Val come up out of the huddle with 2 receivers right, 1 left. Truxell the blocking back to the right. Simons the lone back, and they're going to give to Simons. He's going to try and make a race to the end zone and cannot get there. He is bumped out of bounds, and bumped is a nice way to say it. As either Woods or Walk, one of the 2 of them sent him airborne, and he flew about 3 yards out of bounds, but he did move it closer to about the 2-yard line, where it'll be 2nd and goal now. And we see a 2 tight end look once again. We've seen this before with Truxell and Simons behind him. It's straight ahead to Simons. Truxlow, good block, and it's going to be a Simons touchdown. So a 2-yard touchdown run for Dante Simmons, with 12:13 in the game remaining. Another touchdown run by Simmons. And now we have extended the lead to 29-0 pending the extra point. Good block on that play by the junior fullback out of Central High School in Philadelphia, Walt Truxell. And Simmons just followed him up inside and cleared enough room there for a touchdown. And now with the kick, that sails into the parking lot. It's good enough to make it a 30-0 Delaware Valley lead. And time is running out rather quickly on any chance Wilkes has of pulling the upset here. So 30-0, where we stand, 12:13 to go. We'll see what Coach Jock decides to do. Again, Xavier Powell started the second half, led 2 drives, and then was banged out of bounds with a targeting call, and did not return to finish that drive, and eventually turnover on downs by Wilkes, and that led to what we saw with the last touchdown run by Simmons there. So we're going to see 37.
35-14.
Pat Moran about to put this into play again. It's Jules and Whitaker back deep. I take that back. That is not Elijah Jules back there. That looks like Jaheim Lowe, number 14, looking to return this kick with Nate Whitaker. So about to put it in play here. And he gets into that one pretty good. Whitaker's going to take it just beyond the 10 at about the 8. And he's going to head up inside, and he is belted there. And the ball comes loose. And I'm sorry, that was Lowe who returned that one. And belted and coughed that one up. But Wilkes was able to jump on it. But once again, it's going to back them up as far as field position goes. They're going to be just inside their 20 at about the 19. And with 12:05 to go, Wilkes will bring the offense back out. So it's at the 19-yard line. Tabor back out there with Malachi Clore at the running back position, and another stoppage in play. And it's a timeout Del Val once again. So that's their second, their second timeout of the half, the second half. And we'll see what Wilkes decides to do offensively after this little break. Not sure if they didn't have enough players or, again, a misalignment of some sort, but they burned the timeout, make sure they have everything the way they like it. A couple Division I scores here. It looks like Ohio State's up a touchdown on Nebraska, 23-17. North Carolina and number 9 Wake Forest are tied with 7:58 to go at 48 apiece. Pitt enjoying an 18-point lead over Duke. Miami moving the ball now, but down 28-27 against Georgia Tech. And final, Georgia, number 1 in the college football rankings, all over Missouri today. So we're back here now at Schmidt Stadium looking at the Wilkes offense as Tabora, again, in the backfield with Malachi Clore, 2 receivers to the right, tight end left, and Tabor is going to try and keep, and he does try to bounce outside. There's nowhere for him to go. So he is dropped there by number 23. That looks like Aaron Mayers. So they bring up a 2nd and 11 as we climb inside 12 minutes, excuse me. Wilkes brings in, looks like 2 receivers for this personnel set. Break the huddle at Tabora in the gun. And that's Clore and Katz down here to the near side. 3 receivers to the right, including Pelzer. Tabora in the gun. 2nd and 11. Looking and almost instantaneous pressure, and he's trying to get rid of it, and he does. And they're going to call it a completion. So able to get it out of there as he was being chased. Good enough to pick up about 3 or 4. But it's going to bring up a 3rd and 7 now. Look like number 3, Richard Emerus, makes the catch. So his 2nd catch of the game. But again, short gain with 10:48 to go and rolling. And Whitaker checks back in now, as does number 74 for Wilkes, Alex Cius, a first-year offensive lineman out of Immaculata High School, New Jersey. So we have all sort of confusion once again with the personnel, and Wilkes is going to burn their 2nd time out of the half. So hard time getting things going here. That's been the way the game is run. Just not a lot of rhythm, a lot of breaks in the action with official discussions and timeouts. So not the smoothest game in the world, but one that's pretty much been dominated by Del Val, as they're up 30-0 right now with 10.5 to go in the game. Wilkes again plays rival Kings for the Mayor's Cup next week. That'll be the 34th meeting between the 2 schools, 24th annual Mayor's Cup. Wilkes holds the 22-11 advantage in that series, including a win in 2019. Last time they played 24-14. So back to live action now. Trips here to the left. Tabor in the gun. It's like Whitaker, the lone man on the right. With Katz now trading over to the left side. So it's going to be 4 receivers this way to the left. And Tabora looking down the middle of the field. He has Pelzer. And a good connection there with Mason in coverage for Del Val. So tackle for Dante Mason, but not before Corey Pelzer makes a nice grab. Good throw, good grab there, and it's good enough for a Colonel's first down. Ball moved all the way out near the 38-yard line. As Wilkes now inside of 10 minutes. 3 receivers left, 2 right. We'll catch the tight end in that wing. Whitaker, the lone man on that side. Tabor in the gun. Del Val showing pressure. They're only coming with 4, and right away Tabor is under duress, and he's just going to slide down at the 40. So not much for him to do. He's getting to the top of his drop, and he already has 2 or 3 Aggies in his lap. He just finds a little running lane and is able to pick up about 6 as he slides down just outside the 40, we'll say. So it's going to be a 2nd and 4 now as we work down towards 9 minutes to go. Wilkes breaks the huddle. Same look, 2 receivers right. Trips to the left. This time Katz on that wing in the left. Tabora by himself in the gun. Empty look. Good snap. Good pressure again by Del Val. And Tabora again is just going to take it and dive for the sticks. And they're going to say that's enough for a first down. So another 4-yard run there by Tabora. And Wilkes will continue to move the sticks here as the clock runs inside of 9 minutes. And substitutions are made. Clore comes back in for Wilkes, number 37, along with number 89, Jason Dean, the second tight end. So we have a 2 tight end set right now. As one back, Clore, Lilly, and Whitaker closest to us here to the left. Tabora looking, and he's going to go up top, and he has Whitaker there, and it's been a matchup Wilkes has been trying to explore all day, and just no luck that time. He's well covered on that one. That may be Justin Harris again. Sun's blocking my eyes. Well, that is Harris. Had him stride for stride. So it's going to make it a 2nd and 10 at the 43-yard line. Wilkes breaks the huddle. Pelzer near side. And Whitaker up top to the right. Curry in at fullback now with Clore again at the tailback spot. They're going to give to Clore, and he's going to hit up inside, and he's not going to have much room there as he is taken down quickly by number 45, Chris Rodriguez, sophomore. I'm sorry, that's Tyler Fulmer. Sorry, he's a senior linebacker from Southwestern High School near Gettysburg. And with the 2-yard pickup, we're going to call it a 3rd and 8, 7:50 and counting here, as the Wilkes home portion of their schedule is winding down. We have trips here again to the left with Katz as that wing back, basically staying in block. One receiver to the right. Tabora looking downfield, scanning the field. He's going to get away from the pressure. He keeps his head downfield, tosses it to the middle of the field, and that is intercepted by number 58. That is Trent Fry's. Ball bounced around a little bit and ended up in Trent Fry's hands. And the East Pennsboro graduate was able to return it a couple yards, and that'll put it at about the 37-yard line, we'll call it, of Del Val, and they will take over there with 7:23 to go. And time basically running out on the Colonels today. Game effort just not enough to match the speed and the pressure that the Del Val front has provided all day. Just gave Wilkes fits right from the start and never been able to recover. So we're going to see now Del Val come out here in a little motion, and it's going to be a give to number 5. That's Highland, and he's going to bounce outside, and he's tripped up there by Cole Jesmer before he can get started. So Highland picked up maybe 3 or 4. We'll give him 3 and make it a 2nd and 7. As the ball spotted at the 41-yard line with 7 minutes and running. Del Val breaks the huddle with Dean at quarterback still. It's Julian White now at the tailback spot. 2 receivers close to us on the right, blocking back on the left. And again, it's Highland that they run in motion. And Julian White sees a hole and hits that hole before Jesmer's there again. Maybe another yard and a half. And it's going to bring a 3rd and 5 now for Del Val as they're trying to melt this one away with 6:25 to go. 83 Dorsey checks back into the game for the Aggies. So 3rd down play. Let's see if Wilkes can shut it down here, get the ball back. That's going to be 1 receiver on the near side, wing and 2 receivers left, and the tailback White. Good throw and catch there. That is Dorsey, number 83. So Decker hooks up with 83, Bryce Dorsey, and that'll be enough for a 1st down. And that'll move the chains and keep the clock rolling here. Leroy Marshall makes the tackle. With 5:32 to go, that's more clock that Del Val can run here as they are embarking on their 9th win of the year, moving to 9-0. Wilkes will fall to 6-3 after losing 2 straight. Handoff again to White. Gets a head of steam going. Now he rolls off the pile, and he's going to be tackled there by number 5, Adam Piston. So 1 yard on that pickup as Piston finishes him up. White now checks out of the game. Wouldn't imagine we're going to see much more Simons. He had a 100-yard effort today with 2 touchdowns, so seems like he is the leading rusher in the MAC, one of the more valuable players. So I'm not sure how much more we're going to see of him. That's number 49 now in there at tailback. Timothy Weldon, Father Judge graduate. And Weldon's going to get the ball, and he's going to turn upfield, and he has a nice little burst as he's going to get into Wilkes territory at about the 44-yard, just shy of the 44 perhaps. So Weldon gets his initial carry of the game and is able to turn it into positive yardage. Sophomore running back, as I mentioned, Father Judge, grad. And with less than 4 minutes to go now, it's another third down here as Adam Piston checking out of the game. Number 56 for Wilkes has replaced him, Matt Williams. Weldon again at tailback. Handoff to Weldon. He's going to have the first down and a good burst to the outside, and he is going to be tackled there by Najir Woods, but again, not before we have a first down and another flag. What would a play be without a flag right now? And we'll see what we have there. Looks like a number of those players up front have been subbed in for the Del Val offense. Some new bodies there. Another unsportsmanlike call. So it'll be a first down, and they're going to move the chains from there, and that's number 78, one of those linemen that are now in the game, Kieran Saunders from Pinsbury High School. So another penalty is going to be marked off here, and we'll see where the ball is spotted. Again, it will be enough for a first down. The first down has been recorded. It's post-possession foul, so ball's going to be spotted at the 41 now. Weldon remains in the game at tailback. And 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, and they're going to give to Weldon again. He sees room off that right side, and he's going to turn it back up inside. And it's going to be
on the carry.
It's going to be maybe a 3-yard pickup, going to bring up a 2nd and 7. So Weldon has touched it now on 3 straight. A couple of impressive runs there. And Decker continues to run the offense here with 3 minutes and counting. All over but the shouting here, just a matter of running the clock out now. For both teams moving on to next week. Rivalry matchups. Del Val will play Widener. Wilkes, of course, big one with Kings for the Mayor's Cup. 2 to the left again. It's Highland this time, and he's going to head up inside, and he's going to put his head down and pick up about 3 or 4. And he's going to bring up a 3rd and short. Looks like Jesmer again for Wilkes making the tackle. As we are about to approach the 2-minute mark here.
That'll be 3rd down and 3 here for the Aggies.
So a 3rd and 3 right at the 2-minute mark when this ball is snapped, or somewhere around there will be. A first down will allow Del Val just to take a knee, and that'll be it. Head back to Doylestown with a 9-0 record, and they're going to give this way to Highland. And Highland's going to try to get outside, not going to happen because the Wilkes defense continues to fight, and that is Ayami Adaga again. So he's been all over the field today, as have the majority of the Wilkes defenders. Problem was they were out there for the majority of the time, and just eventually attrition there. So it's going to bring up a 4th and 7, we'll call it, with 1:30 to go. And Casey Decker awaiting the instructions from Coach Greco here, as that clock's going to run all the way down to about 1:15 before he has to do anything. So he walks over. Probably going to be a punting situation. That's a delay of the game. They're going to take the penalty, and they're going to punt this one away, and Be Bobby Miller entering the game. And Elijah Jules will drop back deep for Wilkes for the final 109 here. We'll see how Coach Drock decides to play this last minute of action. Players running in and out. Good snap. Drops the point and sends it end over end, and it's going to bounce, and it's going to be a touchback. So with 59 seconds exactly to play, 30-0 to score. Wilkes will take over for one final time here. Putting the ball at the 20. Bobby Miller tried to get that one inside the 5, not quite able to do it. But Del Val's been able to do more than enough today to continue their unbeaten ways. As mentioned, they're going to move to 9-0. Wilkes going to drop to 6-3 with a big one next week. So won't take Coach Strock long to convince the Colonels to get right back on the horse, as we have 3 receivers to the right, including the tight end at that wing, and 2 receivers to the left here. Tabora again at quarterback. He wants to throw it. He's going to pump one way, come back down the middle of the field, and it's intercepted again. That one looks to be number 51 from Del Val. That's Michael Stout, junior linebacker, dropping in the coverage, reading Tabora's eyes, and there's nowhere to go with the football. He tried to get it in there and did not work. So Del Val will be able to take 2 knees here and call it a ball game. Ball spotted at the 35. And that's just about going to do it. Again, Wilkes, 25th Annual Mayor's Cup, heading to Kings at McCarthy Stadium, trying to finish on a winning note. But for right now, it's just a matter of taking a couple of knees. It looks like number 16, Jesse Milza, is the new quarterback from Cedar Creek, New Jersey, and he's going to take a knee. And we'll see when it's blown into play here. That may be the last snap, depending on how they go about it. We'll see when the referee decides to put that in. Nope, they're going to have to snap it one more time to Milza. And that'll do it. So, final home game of the year. As that clock runs down, it's going to be 30-0 Del Val. It's been a pleasure. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Again, Brian Jardine. Pleasure to bring Wilkes football action to you next week. Mayor's Cup in Wilkes-Barre. Enjoy the Saturday.